Good afternoon, everybody. Again, welcome to the Meet the Presenters series. Today we have with us a friend of mine. We have Mr. Cormac Colleran, who is a hypnotherapist, a coach, and a trainer with 15 years of experience and specializes in addiction. Cormac, welcome. How are you?
I'm fantastic, Andy. Nice to be here.
Good man, good man, good man. So, tell us a little bit. Now, I'm sure a lot of people know who you are and know what you do and your experience, but for those who don't, tell us a little bit about you, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay, so as you said, I've been in the hypnotherapy space for about 15 years now. Previous to that, my educational background was business and psychology. I started out being a coach, and I got into hypnotherapy in order to become a better coach. So what I realized was that you'd set goals and milestones and identify obstacles and have a nice and clear path for people to follow. And then you'd see that people weren't following this nice clear path. So it got me wondering, why would someone not do something that is clearly good for them? They've decided it's good for them. And so we got to start looking down, okay, what are the drivers at the subconscious level of the mind? And so I started getting interested in the subconscious mind, and therefore I started getting interested in hypnosis. And so quickly enough, that led to me doing a number of trainings in hypnosis and start to see clients. And here I am 15 years later with a very busy practice and training lots of budding hypnotherapists myself.
Yeah, yeah, of which I have been one,
That's
with
true, yes.
your addiction training, the ICANN method, isn't that right?
That's right, yes.
Yeah. So, obviously you've explained what drew us to hypnotherapy or drew you to hypnotherapy those 15 odd years ago. Is there any way in which your understanding or approach to hypnotherapy has evolved over that time?
Yeah, absolutely. So, um, the way I look at it with any client, I look at what's the underlying pattern that they're running. So, anytime there's an unwanted thought, feeling, behavior, most things that people come to us with, it's something around there, unwanted thought, feeling, or behaviors. And so, anytime that's there, there's always something at a subconscious level that's driving that. There's some motivator behind it. The subconscious mind thinks it's doing this thing for us, not to us.
Yeah,
And so my approach really is let's understand what's the pattern, what's the underlying pattern that drives the behavior or drives the feelings or thoughts.
yeah,
And when we can get an understanding of what the pattern is and kind of identify that out there, then we start working on removing that pattern, removing that at the roots. And the ICANN method that I evolved over those 15 years myself in my practice, that's what it's really about. It's identifying what's that underlying pattern.
yeah.
And and so, I mean, an example might be, well, because I work in the area of addiction.
Hmm.
Um, so an addictive substance or behavior, whatever it is, it's generally some kind of attempt for either distraction or connection. It's I feel this way, I don't want to feel this way. What can I do to change how I feel?
Yeah. Hmm.
And that can lead to emotional eating. It can lead to substance abuse. It can lead to alcohol, gambling. It's just to get some feeling, take me out of where I am.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and so when we can understand that the part of the client that's responsible for the unwanted behavior, it has a positive intent. It's looking to do something for them. So we've got to help them embrace that part of themselves, understand that part, and help that part to achieve its needs in a different way.
Yeah. The positive intention, but in a better way type of thing. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So tell me this, why should people come and see you? What is your presentation all about? Now, you've given us a little bit of information there
Mhm.
about what you do, but this presentation that you're going to demonstrate with us in April, tell us a little bit about it and what people can expect when they come see you.
So I suppose the first kind of reframe that I will offer people is that addiction itself is we need to start looking at it as the subconscious mind solution.
Mm,
It was the solution that the subconscious mind chose for a different problem.
yeah.
And typically, I mean, I look at things at it like nearly like a whack-a-mole. So, the a lady come to me maybe 6 months ago for to help her quit smoking, and I helped her quit smoking. And then 3 or 4 months later, she came back and said, "Well, I've put on a lot of weight. I'm eating lots of sugary foods and all of that." And so it kind of popped up in a different area.
Mm-hmm.
And so we can keep whack-a-mole and knocking down an addiction with, I use solution focused techniques.
Yeah.
But if we're not resolving what's underlying, and
Mm-hmm.
often there's some kind of trauma,
Yeah.
and we can talk about trauma with a capital T or a
Yeah.
small t.
Yeah.
And often people don't see, like, the trauma doesn't have to be I was born in a war zone. Trauma doesn't
No.
have to be, a major car accident.
No.
Trauma can be something that didn't happen but should have happened.
Yeah.
Trauma can be just dealing with emotions by yourself as a child.
Yeah.
And so this lady, um, she knew she couldn't, when she came back around to me for the help with sugar
Mm-hmm.
and eating, we explored a little bit further, and we got to a point when she was 6 years of age. She fell out of a tree,
Wow.
and she wasn't getting attention from her mom. She had a brother who had violent tendencies through, he was severely autistic, and he was taking all mom's attention. So she fell out of the tree, and I know you've got a daughter yourself. If she
Yeah.
falls out of the tree, you're going to know about it. She's going to come and cry and look
Yeah. Yeah.
for attention.
Yeah.
This girl, this lady, when she was 6, instead of looking for help from mom, she went to the biscuit tin.
Ah.
She got her comfort there.
Yeah.
So what she didn't get was the love and attention and comfort from her mom.
Mm.
That might have been trauma with a small t.
Yeah. But actually, with a big T for her.
Yeah, because it started off a pattern in her life of going towards food and sugar, for comfort.
Yeah.
And that pattern, I mean, it was a real aha moment for her, because that pattern came up so many times through her life. She was having weight difficulties right through her life.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't realize that there was an underlying behavior, an underlying pattern, and that was, the feelings I have, I don't like them, I want to change them, and my subconscious mind knows I can go for sugary food to change them.
Yeah.
It doesn't resolve stuff, but it might distract me for a while.
No, I get that. Yeah. It is. It's fascinating how the issue is never the issue, isn't it? You know.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, and that's something that I love about what we do. So yeah, so main key takeaways that you would love people to have who come and see you in the conference.
Yes, so it's going to be, it's like a new approach to addiction. So I think lots of times a hypnotherapist just looks specifically at the behavior and
Yeah.
tries to resolve the behavior, and that's, I think, surface level. And what we really need to do is go deeper and actually understand what's the real issue. Because then not only do we help them get rid of the behavior, but we're changing their lives. We're
Yeah.
actually doing something that's life changing.
Yeah.
That so when a client comes to us, they're going to come to us with, "I've got this addiction, I've got this problem." But what they don't know is that we're going to transform their lives. It's
Yeah.
not just how it pops up.
Yeah. It's no longer whack-a-mole.
It's no longer whack-a-mole. Yeah, we got to get in under. And so I'll be talking about how we do that. How do we identify
Yeah.
what's the real issue,
Yeah.
and what are the types of techniques then we need to incorporate into our sessions in order to remove the underlying pattern,
Okay.
and create real life changing results for our clients.
So with that, I'm assuming there'll be potentially demonstration of what you do.
Yeah, I will be showing some of the techniques. Um, I'll be giving. So what I expect someone to take away
Yes.
is they'll take away a number of different, um, ideas, thoughts, and a few kind of snippets of techniques
Mm-hmm.
in terms of how they speak to their client, in terms of a few
Ah,
reframes that
cool.
absolutely change, um, what their client thinks about their problem.
Mm-hmm.
We have a few simple, easy ways of lifting a lot of the guilt and shame from our clients, and getting them to understand that it's like they have a lot of guilt and shame, especially around like certain drug addictions, cocaine addiction. Um, Getting them to understand that like that was their subconscious mind searching for a solution. That's all that was happening.
Yeah.
And because of their environment, because of their friends, because of how where they grew up, this became that solution.
Yeah.
And maybe it's
I
cocaine,
understand
maybe
that.
it's alcohol.
Mhm.
And so even in the pre-talk, when we're explaining to our clients, we're already shifting.
Mhm.
We're already lifting a weight off their shoulders. And you can just see when you do this correctly, you can see the cogs ticking. You can see
Yeah.
change already happening.
Yeah.
And when we see that and we suggest it to our client, I suspect something is already changing there. That kind of furthers that change because we get that agreement. And we can know, we'll see the eyes going, we see those unconscious moments where the eyes go up to the head, and understanding that we can jump on that and further that and lock it in the client's mind.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it because obviously I was in your presentation last year and you're a very polished presenter and I think people will get a lot from it. So I'm looking forward to it. With regards to what would you say to someone who perhaps was thinking about attending the Irish Hypnotherapy Conference? What would you say to them to sort of help them make up their mind? What would you say are the main benefits for them? What's in it for them? If they come along, what do they get from the conference?
So, if you're in hypnotherapy, you got to be going to conferences. That's like bottom line. You've got to be doing it. You're not in the industry unless you're going to these things. You
Correct.
go, I mean, for me, biggest things like networking,
Yeah.
the opportunities that are out there that you don't know yet. So, from my first conference, the dominoes started to fall in brilliant ways. The few people I met, had lunch with, talked to, groups that I joined, and those people led me on to more people, led me on to more people. And so it's not just the fabulous speakers, and you will hear from brilliant speakers. I know we've got a fantastic lineup. It's not
Yep.
just the fabulous speakers.
No.
It's the meeting people, it's the networking, it's the
Connection.
opportunities. So if you're not going to the conference, you're leaving a whole pile on the table behind you.
Yeah.
You're just it's you got to do yourself and your business a favor by just showing up to these things. Just be there.
It's well
I
put.
mean, it just like it makes no sense not to.
That's a very good point because when I started going, it was like the confidence shift that you get and the actual belief in yourself from going from, oh, I can do this, but then, Jesus, I can do this. It's such a massive boost. There's probably people out there who are thinking, oh, I don't know if I can, but just do it, really. Isn't that it?
Absolutely, and because we're in a job where we're kind of working on our own,
Yeah.
and so we need to be coming together
Hmm.
for not just our professional development, but like for meeting people, for network, for fun and enjoyment.
Yeah. There's plenty
We
of
need,
that.
yeah. So we need to be doing these things for ourselves and for our businesses.
Yeah, I agree. Well, listen, Cormac, thank you so much for your time. I know you're a busy man, and thank you for taking a few moments out to speak with us. But yes, I am definitely looking forward to your presentation at the next Irish Hypnotherapy Conference, and I would surely recommend people to go along and see you as well. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you, Andy.
Good man.